Hello everyone, welcome to Narayana IAS. And as a matter of special video, we are bringing one more topic to you, that is new Cold War, which is in news recently because of the pact that is signed in between the Russia and North Korea. So, and the people are speculating that as a result of this pact, there will be formation of more alliances, and which may result in the beginning of the new Cold War. So, in this particular video, we will analyze how to what extent that is true and how this particular pact can be concluded in such a manner. Okay, so this is part of the GS paper 2, and often the pacts or deals are asked in UPSC. Like in 2020, there was a question like India signed a deal known as Action Plan for the Prioritization and Implementation of Cooperation Area and Nuclear Field with which of the following countries? Japan, Russia, UK or US? So of course the answer is Russia. But why I talked about this? Because UPSC is interested in that questions, like a pact is signed and you are thinking, okay, that is not important, but that is. So you have to keep this particular pact also in mind. Moving on to why are we talking about this? Like I discussed earlier, that Russia and China has come together and signed a strategic pact with each other. And many foreign policy experts are speculating that this might be an era or the beginning of the new Cold War era. So, okay. So, first of all, let's understand what are the dimensions of the pact now before we make any conclusion like that. Now, this particular pact has three dimensions which you will keep in mind. Number one is a security pact. That's the most important pact in which the Russia and North Korea has promised a mutual assistance in case of attack on these two nations by any other outside country. So if any country decide to attack on North Korea, South Korea will provide military support. If someone attacked on the Russia, the North Korea will provide the military support. So they will provide military support in case any third party tries to attack them. And this, they said, is in line with the Article 15 of the UN Charter. Okay, remember, UN Charter gives any country, the individual or the collective, the right to defend themselves against an act of war. So if the country is attacked, they can defend themselves, and that will not be considered as violation of UN Charter. They can do especially until the UNSC decided to intervene. Also, this act of self-defense does not take away the right of the UNSC to intervene in future for the sake of the peace. Though UNSC has there's so much discretion, there is so much actually vested interest over there, that doesn't happen easily. But still, that's the charter, Article 15 of the UN Charter. The second aspect of the pact is that it's a strategic partnership in which two countries are saying that we are actually trying to establish or be a part of the just and the multipolar world. Now, here we are speculating this will lead into the bipolarity and alliances. They are saying a multipolar world. So that's a rhetorical aspect. It's a second aspect of this particular pact that's going to be important. That is, they're trying to strengthen defense capability. That means the foreign policy analysts are saying that this may result in Russia transferring its military and missile capabilities to North Korea, which is already a military power and is one of the irresponsible states in the world. Next is economic cooperation. The two countries has also said there will be more economic cooperation between the two nations, where Russia will also try to provide the food assistance to North Korea, which is suffering from the poverty and malnutrition and hunger. Okay. Now, what is the significance of the pact for both the nations? Like, how significant is that? You can see in terms of the Vladimir Putin, who is the president of the Russia, has not visited North Korea or its capital for the past 24 years. It is first time in the past 24 years that Putin is actually visiting the capital of the North Korea. So, which actually signifies what? It is a significance of the strategic shift in the relationship. Second is, it is also the strengthening of the historical alliances that exist in between the two nations. What alliances? Both the nations are actually victim of the sanctions that are imposed by the Western countries. Western countries have imposed sanctions on the North Korea to get the things done they want to do. They have imposed sanctions on the Russia in event of the Ukraine war. So both are like, okay, now we have a mutual interest, we have a mutual enemy, why not we come together? So it is considered as an anti-West alliance against the Western countries and their interest. Okay, now what is the reason behind shift? Like I said that historically they have similar alliances, they have on the same side. Then why didn't they come together before, and why now? The reason now is, number one, the Ukraine war impact. During the entire time of Ukraine, Russia was looking for allies for the country that are going to support. At that time, North Korea stayed as its ally. to the extent it supplied ammunitions and other military support to Russia. Russia, in result, provided food, fuel, and potential critical defense technology to North Korea. And thus, they're like, since we were good friends during bad times, we can be good friends even in good times. So they have come together, and that's what this particular consolidation of relationship is there. Okay. Now, next is what are the broader geopolitical implications? The first implication is formation of alliances. At one time, you can see that formation of alliances, like axes or alliances are forming over right now. On one side, you can see is number one, Russia. Along with that, you can see China. You can see North Korea being part of this. And then Iran is also a part of this for quite a long time. And on the other side, you can see now the US is coming closer more and more to the South Korea, to the Japan, and it also trying to bring Australia, Canada, Western countries, European countries are also part of this, and even New Zealand are part of this. So you can see the formation of alliances in between the Eurasia or the non-Western countries or the Western nations. And this, which is exactly is what the feature of a war. Same thing happened in World War I, same thing happened in World War II, and even Cold War era. So maybe it is the beginning of new Cold War era. I hope you got the news. Why they are saying this is a new Cold War era? Because they're not attacking each other right now. There is no open front war. But they're sending the signals. They're not helping each other. They actually created a front against each other. And maybe they might be using non-military weapon or tactics to hurt each other, like that happened in the Cold War era. Okay. The other consequences is regional consequences, where Russia may be alienated from his regional neighbors. They may distance each other. Like Russia may lose its neighbor like South Korea and Japan, which may try to go to the side of the US, and that's maybe it's not a good for Russia. Next is the beneficiary. The biggest beneficiary in the entire scenario is North Korea, because in the entire scenario, he will have less incentive to denuclearize. Where the West was trying to put pressure using sanctions and everything, Russia is now, he has allies in China, in forms of Russia. He will get food, fuel. So there is no incentive for North Korea to denuclearize right now. And also there is a potential for Russia transferring the military and missile technology to North Korea, which is a responsible nation. So it might be a good news for North Korea, and not a good news for its a neighbor like South Korea, Japan, and even the world. Okay, now what are the implications for India in the entire scenario? Now, India has for always supported a multipolar world, because India knows our growth lies in the peaceful establishment of all the nation in the multipolarity, where they don't have to fight with each other, just coexist. Our philosophy is Vasudev Kutumbakam, not only in terms of our society, but in our foreign policy. We don't want war, we don't support it, and our economy is not definitely driven by this, neither is our polity. But however, in event of the bipolarization of the world, India may soon be asked to pick up loyalties, to choose side, which India will not be comfortable. Reason being, in both the blocs, India has friends. Like India is friends with Russia, India is friends with Iran, India is friends with US, UK, Japan, South Korea. So it doesn't make sense. India doesn't want to pick and choose. India doesn't want to be part of this. It's like, why would India has to choose? And that in that scenario, maybe the foreign policy paradigm or walking the path may become difficult, may become challenging for India. India may have to walk the tightrope, and it is where you need to keep a tight watch, because it's actually right now it's just visibilization of a deeper problem that's emerging, and you need to be more careful about this. So with this, we're done with our video. If you have any doubt, please write that in comment section, and thank you so much for watching this video. It was great interacting with you.